the authority of the Word of God. So before it's that, let's pray muna. Lord God, we can come to your presence today. Lord, we thank you so much, God, for this opportunity that we could know you better, God. We could know you deeper, Lord. We're here, Lord, because you want to know who you are and what you are and how your word, God, that affects each one of us, God, even in this world, Lord. And Lord, I pray, God, as every word that is spoken today, God, it will bring comfort to God. It will bring, Lord, healing sa mga heart, Lord, understanding, God, of who you are to us. So commit this day to you, Lord, in the name of Jesus, amen. Okay, our key verse is nasa sa John 1 to 1 to 5, and then jump to 14. Kung kayo yung verse. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God, and all things were made through Him, and without Him was not anything made that was made. In Him was life, and the light was in the light of men, and the light shines in darkness, and the darkness was not overcome it. And in verse 14 it says, and the Word became flesh, and dwells among us, and we have seen the glory as one and only Son, from the Father, full of grace and truth. Amen. So I began this preaching with the story of there's two persons, tinuod siya ni Taboa. I watch this in YouTube sa between a Christian apologist and a evolutionarist at the same time atheist. They talk about the blood. Nakatana ang Christian niya, do you believe on the account of the blood? Tinuod ba ganisi sa blood? So the atheist, they don't siya nga, we don't believe in the blood. There's nothing that happen exist. Nothing happen. And then yun siya nga, if there is no blood that happen, why is it, the question niya is, why is it some fossils are found in the mountain? Ano may mga fabulous bones come to the mountain. So explain sa mga evolutionists nga, ang bukog na kurwikan sa yuta, yung tubo ko ng bukid sa taas. But the point is, that more magaling tabos, that's why they could explain it in such a way na ang earth was being built for a million and billion years ago. Hindi ba na-explain nila, ano nabot ang bukog sa mga dinosaurs o mga anything that animals, especially mga dagko, mga crabs, nasa bukid. You have to question that. And then the third question important na sa Christian is, why is it that we found in Siberia a mammoth? Di ba ang mammoth itong nalipag na dako ang naibalibo? Why is it that napaman sa skin? So kung billion years so dapat na-extinct na yan, bukog na siya nabilin. Anong napa sa skin, napa sa laman. So, yun siya nga, tungkol ka na-preserve ko sa eyes, so we can say na-preserve sa eyes. But why is it na doon pa may undigested food sa tiyan sa mama? So it means the flood has happened 1,000 years ago lang. Isa na bitamo sa billion of years. So what's happening na really a flood? So, in the end, the atheist doesn't believe on anything that exists on this earth, especially the creation. So when yung tong Christian apologetic siya nga, the earth exists because there is a designer. The world is a designer. But for them, the earth exists because of the Big Bang. Start sa buto, hindi mo siyang bacteria until it comes into human being. So the problem with that, kung tanaw na to, compare ko sa Christianity, their theory has no beginning. Because the atheists believe that everything created out of nothing. And where's the nothing come from? It comes from nothing yapon. But for us as a Christian, everything begins with somebody, a designer. Kaya kung tanaw na ito siya din in the story of creation, in Genesis 1:1, in the beginning, God. So there was a beginning, and everything there was a beginning, there's a God. In parallel to John 1:1, in the beginning was the Word. So kung makita na to, everything in this earth begins with somebody. Especially the creation of this sa kalibutan, especially creating us. So kung tanaw na to, there is a beginning for us. So kung mamuta na tag, where does a human begin? It begins with God. Where does animal begins? It begins with God. So kung tanaw na to siya, not the beginning. When we talk about God, where God came from, the Bible said He's omniscient or powerful. Space, time, and matter doesn't exist with God because He's an eternal God. So hindi mo kakumpare ang Ginoo sa katao. Because where God is a pre-existing God. He exists already before everything was created. So, in the beginning was the Word. One of the good things nakita na ko sa book ni John is that in the beginning was the Word. Before everything was created, before everything was formed, the Word already exists. It's just not Word. So that how authentic is the Word is, that how authentic is the Word is. It exists siya before all was created. You know? Kung tanaw na ito siya, sa theory sa Big Bang, expect na siya sa buto. Diba? Buong buto at mo siyang Earth. Kung tanaw ni mo, there doon ka sa kailan magkulay, sabi mo, chaos. There is no order. So, ang creation sa evolution is there is no order. Kung tanaw na to ang cosmic, itawag sa cosmic, it's a order of the star. Why is it that there's orders in the star? Because our God is a God of order.
Amen.
So in creation, tanaw na to story of creation, categorize siya in two things. The first 3 days, the second 3 days. The first 3 days, He created the light. First day, it was the light. Second, it was the permanent or the expanse. And then, He divided the waters in the expanse, in the heavens, water in heaven, waters in the earth. And then the third day, He created the land. And under that land, He created, in the sea, He created the land to divide the sea. Divide the water. So, ang the greater part sa body, sa water is the sea. In that land, He produced fruits, bearing fruits, seeds, and all the plants. Yung tanawin mo siya, ang first creation of the Lord is all a preparation for what is to be put on. Order kay Ginoo ba? Kaya naman, because in the fourth day, He created the stars. Ganun iunhay man ang stars. Because kung unahon ng stars, wala si butangan, asa may butangan ng stars? That's why He first created the light and all the expanse. Butang niya ang stars ito. And then later on, the fish, kailan na may sea. And then the animals, kailan na may land. And all the humans being so. Our God is a God of order in the creation. Kung tanaw na to ang creation sa evolution is very chaotic way of creation. Wala siya order. Kung pagkatanaw din mo sila nga, right, example, sa sakyanan. Who made the sakyanan? Ay inanan, tumanan na sa kalikpan, all parts gathered together in yung sakyanan. There was somebody designed for that car, di ba? The same with the earth. How did the earth exist? Dili turo lang ko niya. Kaya sila ako, random lang ang earth exist. Random lang earth. Tumanan na sa kalikpan, and then nag-create na siya ang tao. For us, there is a creator. Paano akong di-mention niya siya nga na story, magod kay? For us, Christians, sometimes, we forgot that the Word of God is very powerful. It has an authority and it is authentic. Okay? And then, kung tanaw na to, in the beginning was the Word. In chapter 4, everything was created through the Word. It was with God in the beginning. And then, John 1, 2 to 3. He was in the beginning with God. All things were made through Him, and without Him was not made anything made that was made. It means everything was created out of the Word itself. When God spoke, everything comes into order. When He said, "Let there be light," the light exists. Let there be trees. Then the trees exist. Obey. Let there be waters. Let there be stars. Everything what He commanded, everything obeyed and bowed to the Lord. It is authority of the Word. But sometimes ito Christian, pag bingon ang word nga, do not worry, pag worry na gyapon ta. Bingon ang word of God nga, the word itself could be your kaning greatest kaning mga source sa imong life. Mag-worry pag kita nga, Lord, mag-provide pag ka sa mga Lord. Lord, mahatag pag nabagay pag ka sa among life. We worry, we don't trust the word, but tanaw na to, ang creation, when God spoke, everything obeyed. Ang tao lang wala nag-obey. Okay, so sometimes it's very kanang itong mauna ko si Ginoo kay may kalimutan pag kumanyan ni obey. Kata, pag-iul si Ginoo nga, trust and obey, ibigita mo trust and obey. Magitan kita other way pag yun. So, kung tanaw na to, that's nga, even the creation, we live and bow to the authority of the Word of God. Because they know that the Word of God is authority. Gano'ng authority man ang Word of God? Ano na may authority? Because inut siya din and the Word was with God. Why? Because the Word was with God, it means He's not just only a spoken word. Di na sa inyo na kanang student na napaligawas. Is the Word, He's with God, it means He's a character. He has a tawag na to siya ganing attributes, personality. So He's a person. Dili lang siya word na nga word lang. So it means the Word of God itself, siya, was God Himself. So, ano mag-doubt o mata sa authority sa Word of God? Na the Word itself is God. You know? Especially for us Christians, most of us have these issues in our life. Especially for us, we struggle with mental issues, with physical issues, with emotional issues, and everything. And then most of us, we asa mo itong dagat. No? Asa na mo dagat kung na kayo problema. Pinakala sa itong daganan ng atong Word of God. Which the Word of God has all the answers. Wala nga, I believe on the katong saying na nga, solid scriptura. So, since the Word was God, He has all the authority. He is the one who created everything. He is the one who owns everything. And without Him, everything doesn't exist. And without God, our life is just nothing. God could exist without man, but man could not exist without God. So, kung tanaw na to karon, there's a lot of people right now struggling with their faith. Diba? Nakakita nung kasi kanong karon storya ka, mga Christian fall away from their faith. Ano man? Nahantad, natumbag si Joso Harris, fall from their faith. Na po yung mga worship leaders sa Hillsong, fall from their faith. The question is why? Ang kumungangan mo. How did they understand the Word of God? How did they... Kasi kabalo naman ka, ang atong understanding mo sa Word of God, it matters all in our lives. So, question sa inyo, How do you understand the beginning of the story of salvation? Saan nasabtan mo sa story of salvation? Because it matters to us and how you understand the story of salvation. Because most of us, it always begins with man. Diba? Man sinned, God provide salvation, and then after that, salvation came to the man, and then he went to, and then for the same shot to heaven. So nakita na to, it's man, nagtara siya klase is humanistic point of view. Why? It begins with man. Hindi mo obligatory ang Ginoo nga mo-provide of salvation nimo. Ito kaya nakasala ka, provide na po kaya kasala kang tao, mag-provide of salvation. God is not obliged for you to give salvation to you.
To us.
He doesn't oblige. That's why if you understand the salvation story, it's always begin with God. The beginning always with God. Why? Why? Because God is the creator, God is the foundation, God is just, God is holy, God is love. That's why He created man. When the man committed sin, disobeyed God, because his all attribute was founded in the love, He sent His Son as a free gift. Everything is favored. Even our salvation is favored. Wala tayo ato na. So, kung luwasunod ka sa Ginoo, kung luwasunod ka sa Ginoo dili, nasa iyang kagustuhan. But because He loved us so much, so He gave us His Son, so that we might have life. So everything in His word was a favor. So if you don't understand how did God provide our salvation in our life, it always starts with Him. Sometimes mag-confuse ka nga, wala din yung kinabuhi na no? Mag-end up ka po na trouble, end up ka po na situation, pag-feel na lang ka po disappointment, naku depression and everything. Because our understanding mga good, it's based on man. We need to understand that our life is based on God.
Amen.
God and God alone. So, if you understand who God is in your life, if you understand the authority and authenticity of the Word of God, the Word of God itself is God, you will not be afraid because everything you find in the Bible is the answers. Amen. Even depression has the answers. The Bible has the answers. I'm sorry to say that, I'm not against this, pero some for us say that we need to have psychology for us to understand ourselves. Kailangan tayo psychology para ma-diagnose ourselves. O mo kabalo the Bible itself to diagnose who you, our situation kung sa atong feeling karon. Because the Bible is really complete. Even David, tanaw mo si David, he's the most depressed person in the world. Tanaw mo ang Psalms. Daghan kasi di pag-express ginaw dito. But in the end, nakita niya ko how God is good sa iyang life with King David. So, the Word itself could rebuke us, could confront us, could deal with us, could help us, could heal us, and everything what we need in our life, the Word is complete because it's of
Amen.
Authority of God.
Amen.
So, before I'm going to, ano pa rin ko isa, alintan, and the Word become flesh. Gusto pinaka-exciting na tanan, na sum up tanan. The question mo, why the Word become flesh? Most of us understand God become human being for us, so that He might die on the cross for our salvation. Huwag mo kabalo nga, sige yung reason, aside the reason, ako nagmutala ko, Lord, gano'n yung pamangitang tao, aside from dying on the cross for us, aside become our Savior. Why? Why is it that you started your ministry in the age of 30? Ano ka nag-start at the age of 17, 20, 13? Anong 30 years old na ka nag-start sa imong ministry? Why? The question mo sa Ginoo na. And I believe ako sa Ginoo, ma'am. One of the things ako lang wala na because God wants dili lang mo sa Ginoo nga ma-feel niya ang atong feelings, makita niya ang atong struggle, but He wants also to experience what we need to experience. As being a human in this earth, ka-experience of birth, ka-experience of pain, ka-experience of hunger. Siguro sa bata pa siya, nabully siya. Kasi pag teenager siya, nakapil sa peer pressure. Kay nunawin mo si Israel at the age of 13, naminyo na doon. Siya, huwag mo sa naminyo. But may kapil sa peer pressure. Or na-tempted pa ka sa mga girls. Dahil gusto mong paneman. Or either nakita pa sa tao nga makikibuli sa iyo, awayon siya. So everything, akong giving na to, really as a human being, experience na nanigo sa Ginoo Jesus Christ. Even when betrayed by His own disciple, even when be denied by Peter 3 times. Muna nga dito sa kayo sa Ginoo, Lord, di ka kasamot sa gibati ka ron, Lord, di akong tingin ka ron. I've been betrayed by my friends. I've been denied by my family. Ako po, di mo ako pili. I was being denied by my town. Mismo akong syudad, huwag i-acknowledge nila. So God, Jesus experienced everything for us. So that He has all the authority for us to say to us, what you feel right now, what you experience, I will live it experience. Even tempted 3 times in the desert, facing with Satan face to face. No? He was experienced death. Experience and ginating ko siya. He was being accused without sin. He was being crucified with wrong accusation. Di ba? So kung kita na to, ang word itself become flesh. It's very much na baka nang kita na ko na exciting na kay word, dili na sa word na yun. Na as a experience itself mismo ang word. Una nga, for us, when every time we feel something in our life, like, Lord, depressed ka pa, Lord, na ko feeling. Because, Lord, I've been through that also. I've been also feel ko kung betrayals ako mga friends. That's why I am with you. Kasabot ko sa iyo. Nai-open ka iyo ko sa iyo. I am with you. I feel what you feel. Because I experience what you experience. So, the word itself is an authority of God. The word itself is a powerful one that it would help us in our times of trouble, especially in our issues in life. There are issues in life. Siguro some of us have mental issues. Maybe some of us have para sa ako, ako'y health issues. Some of us, it might be may mga emotional issues.
Financial.
Remember, those issues is the experience at Talang Sino, and He could deal with it with you. So, in the end, I would like also to give you this verse as part also of our discussions, a part also sa itong meditation, same time. In Psalms 51 verse 10 to 12, yun siya, create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. Cast me not away from thy presence, O Lord, and take not the Holy Spirit from me. Restore unto me the joy of my salvation, and uphold me a willing spirit. Kani siya mga verse, this is one way to diagnose mo kung depressed ba mo. Why? Kung makapil ang depression, makapil kang issues in life, makita niyo mo dali ang imong status. Okay, everything, like a depression mo good, ang cause of depression is not only problem. The cause of depression is always sin. Always sin. Sala, it might be unconfessed sin, shame, it might be guilt, na kayo nabuhat ng guilt, or na kayo nabuhat na di maayo. It always be sin. Every time, wala ka rin joy of salvation, nakita mo na you're not really in tune with God anymore. So I want you to really think upon the word, upon this word. As we discuss, kung sa yung status na Lord, based on this verses, kumusta ang inyong joy in your salvation today? Are you still happy serving God? You still have this joy in serving God? Do you have still a clean heart? Do you still have the Holy Spirit within you? So, kung ano to, no, you could diagnose yourself about that. How your status right now in sa iyong present situation karon. So, the Word of God itself is an authority. It speaks to your heart. It speaks to each one of us, especially to our soul. So, never leave, or never leave this Word without reading the Word of God. Kailangan nyo kasahon na po Word of God. It gives authority in us and always give us also an comfort at all life. Remember, the Word of God was not only written by some delusional people. Kung tanaw na to, the Word of God, it was in order. From Genesis to Revelation, it was in order. Wala yung nagsamot na nga, muli sulat to di mo ikaw next, muli sulat to di mo next, ikaw next. Because there been a different kind of era in your life. So kung tanaw na to, ang order sa So Word of God is really, not just na order. So trust the Word of God. It has authority in your life. So let's pray. Father God, we thank you so much, God, for this wonderful morning, God. Nagubad ka ng thank you, God, for your Word. Lord, it has an authority, God, in our life. It will rebuke us, it will correct us, it will comfort us. Lord, also, Lord, it will uphold us. Lord, the Word of God will heal us, Lord, from all issues in our life. The Word of God will, Lord, will give us wisdom. It will give us, Lord, comfort sa among soul, Lord, when time face troubles, face circumstances, and issues of our life. So, Lord, help us, Lord, to remember always that every time we face troubles, Lord, we run to your Word. We run to the Bible and read, Lord, and ask God for you, God, na ikaw yung mag-speak sa amin. Lord, thank you so much, God, for this opportunity, Lord. We give all the glory to you, Lord. In the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen.